Hey guys, this is Brian Jones from Valhalla Academy in Frankfort, Kentucky. Now I'm here with Sidney Cline, Cline's Combat Sports in Pikeville, Kentucky, and we're going to do a little interview. Sidney runs an awesome gym. He's a brown belt under Carlson. I'll let him kind of introduce himself, but he's got a lot of good guys out here, and I'm really interested in sort of the grassroots. People forget about the fact that there's all these gyms in these big cities, and people forget about the smaller gyms in the smaller towns, and how hard it is to actually do this stuff. And this is really important work that people are doing to kind of bring this sport up to the grassroots. So thanks for having me out here.
Thanks for coming out.
So if I was going to ask you, well, first of all, tell me a little bit about your gym.
Okay. We actually got started. There was another guy that had a school in downtown that was really struggling, and I got involved with him. Just needed a place to roll. Getting ridiculously fat and out of shape. Had done some jiu-jitsu back in about 2000 with Carlson Blue Belt, and just fell in love. Been doing martial arts since I was about 3 years old. My dad was, karate, triple black belt or whatever, and got me involved from the time I was big enough to walk. Loved it, and then in those teen years, I started realizing that wasn't quite what I wanted. It wasn't working for me. Got involved with some jiu-jitsu guys, fell in love, and been doing it ever since, loosely. So that was about 2000, 2001. In Prestonsburg. Well, this guy opened this little school in Pikeville. He had literally one 10 by 10 mat.
Right.
I told him, I said, call me. He didn't have any mats. I said, call me to get some mats and we'll roll. Right. He called me one day and he said, I got a 10 by 10. I was like, I'll take it.
Let's do this.
So we started rolling pretty much every day, man, just trying to figure it out. A little bit what I'd learned, a little bit that he'd learned. He'd done some catch wrestling and stuff. He eventually moved away. I took over the gym. I've gone through every struggle that a gym owner can go through. I've had to have guys pitch in to pay bills. I've lived in my gym. I've been the cliche, done everything. But just because I have a passion for this, I know, especially in areas like this, it can do a lot of good for people.
Well, that kind of leads to a question I was going to ask, and the thing is you're not getting rich off of this, are you?
No.
So a lot of people think the life of a gym owner is glamorous and stuff. And guys like Sidney and I mean, I have another job as well. We do this because we love the sport. We want to see it grow.
Right.
It's like we can't not do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just can't not do it. So we do this stuff. So it's tough, and it's put a lot of passion into it. So what would you say are let's start with the pros. What are the most rewarding and positive things that have come out of the gym experience?
When guys come in, I usually give them that speech immediately. One of the first things is, this is one of the tightest groups of guys I've ever met. We are a family. We've been there from when each other's kids were born. Guys lose jobs. We're just really, really tight-knit group. And part of that comes from being such a small group and being so isolated. But then on even a larger scale, you guys in O'Donnell and Lexington, we just get to be a real tight group. So having that type of support, I've had guys come in and lose 100 pounds in their first year. And they say it's not because of, no dieting, no diet pills, nothing like that. It's just because of having somebody there to support you. Somebody that can say, dude, you can do this, So having that type of mental support is huge. And, it's such a strong group of people, and you get addicted to the people.
Yeah. No, definitely. We have a really good team environment in Valhalla, so I understand. It's like you've got this tight-knit group of people, and then you've got the larger network. And so wherever you go, jiu-jitsu seems like a big community, but it's actually kind of a small community still. Right. It's still sort of something where if you go to a school, provided you're a person who's not an asshole, generally speaking, you'll be welcomed with open arms.
And let's face it, if you're good enough and an asshole, we'll still welcome you with open arms.
Yeah, it's nice to be a good person. Okay, now let's go into the sort of the negatives, the downside. So what are some of the toughest things, I guess, from a gym owner's perspective, challenges that you've faced and overcome? Like
any business, the first thing is going to be finances. We have a very small population around here, and especially in recent years with the Obama administration's, really being tight on coal. There's no jobs around here. I would say about half my guys have lost their jobs in the last few years. And they're still scraping by and throwing money in the pot whenever they can. So the financial part of it's been real tough. And also just a general understanding. I don't think that we have as strong an understanding of what jiu-jitsu is and what MMA is. I get a lot of strange phone calls, people calling saying, hey, you guys teach UFC? And I've got a guy that knows a lot of fighters, I guess. He can probably tell you about their stats and records. I don't really know what you want. But and also I get millions of calls about karate lessons, and then I feel obligated to try to tell them the difference, and then they're like, whatever, I just want to put my kid in something. So,
and all this is coming out of your time.
Oh yeah.
And those guys that decide not to, that's just time that you spent.
I actually got cut from until now what was the best job of my life, because I was taking so many phone calls on the clock that they said I was wasting company time to promote a side business. So yeah, another one of those mini sacrifices, but we've gone through it all, and we get by pretty well now. Aaron, he's really flourishing here.
Yeah.
I get by, and I've got just so much talent that's available in this area that it helps us a lot.
Great. Well, again, this is Brian Jones, Valhalla Academy, here with Sidney Cline. I'm going to put his contact information up. Appreciate all the stuff and work that you're doing out here. And just keep that in mind. You got to support the art or die off. All right. See you next time.